Hello, dear friends. Today we'll take a look at the light half-track, which was manufactured in Germany during World War II. Designed as a light tractor for mountain infantry units, the half-track motorcycle quickly found use across all branches of the German armed forces, where it was employed to tow light mountain and anti-aircraft guns, mortars, telephone cable reels, and various types of trailers. Thanks to its high off-road capability, that is, its ability to navigate Russia's traditionally poor roads, this half-track motorcycle became very popular among soldiers on the Eastern Front. Created by German engineers, the new tractor was radically different from anything previously produced in the world, and visually resembled a hybrid of a tractor and a motorcycle. It was adopted for service in 1940. A total of 8,870 tractors of this type were produced by the end of the war. The vehicle had a welded load-bearing frame. A stamped 19-inch front wheel was mounted in a motorcycle-style fork. It was designed to allow for a steering angle of up to 6 degrees. Turning at a greater angle was achieved by braking one of the tracks. A 36-horsepower liquid-cooled Opel Olympia engine was installed in the middle of the vehicle. It was covered by a hinged hood with mesh-covered windows. Each track had 40 links with rubber pads 160 millimeters wide. The driver was seated in the front of the hull, with fuel tanks mounted on either side of him. In the rear of the hull, there was a two-person seat facing backward. The vehicle's payload capacity was 350 kilograms, and its traction force was 325 kilograms. Over rough terrain, the vehicle could move through mud and even swamps, thanks to its low ground pressure. The fuel tanks, with a total capacity of 42 liters and located on either side of the driver's seat, provided a range of 260 kilometers on the highway and 175 kilometers over rough terrain. The maximum speed on the highway reached 70 kilometers per hour, and over rough terrain, 48 kilometers per hour. The tractor's weight was 1,230 kilograms. Half-track motorcycles, having been assigned to the Wehrmacht's mobile units, were used not only on the Eastern Front. The 1944 model Panther brigades were required to have 69 half-track motorcycles in their complement. In the fall of 1943, a reconnaissance company equipped with half-track motorcycles was established, consisting of 227 personnel, 61 half-track motorcycles, 7 conventional motorcycles, and 15 trucks and tractors. In the case of the reconnaissance company, these vehicles replaced the scarce armored personnel carriers. They were cheaper and had similar off-road capabilities. However, significantly more of them were required to transport the company's personnel. It should be noted, however, that when driving on highways, they made an incredible amount of noise, so using them for reconnaissance purposes only made sense in rough terrain. Now for its shortcomings: a narrow track, complete lack of crew protection, and a tendency to roll over when driving on slopes and when making turns at high speed. And when it did roll over, the driver almost never had time to get out of the vehicle. Drivers also complained about the high maintenance requirements of the vehicle. It had 150 lubrication points alone. In addition to the standard model, there were 2 other variants designed to transport various types of field cable. These models were used primarily by Signal Corps personnel. Large cable reels were mounted on the half-track motorcycles and 2-wheeled trailers. Toward the end of the war, to conserve aviation fuel, aircraft were no longer allowed to taxi to the runway on their own. Towing them there became the job of half-track motorcycles, which often operated under severe overload. The entire history of its use showed that the unconventional solutions of German designers helped create a unique support motorcycle, which, despite its shortcomings, was valued and actively used by German troops. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please support it with a like and subscribe to the channel. Bye for now, everyone. See you next time.